Winning does not matter. I've got some friends that really need to hear this because I want to play these kind of games with them and I want them to have a good time, but then they lose and they get really upset about it and it's the end of the freaking world. It's one against one. One person's gonna win, one person's gonna lose. That's how it goes. It's okay. I promise it's okay. Winning isn't even the point. It's not the point. It's about getting better. It's about building up your own skill. It's like a sport. Tournaments are about winning. You could say ranked, but even personally, ranked mode, that's practice for me. I go, if I want to win, if I'm trying to win something, I go to locals or I join online tournaments, which happen basically daily. It's matter of fact, for fighting games specifically, more than any other genre, I feel like it's just so easy to separate that. Casual mode or ranked mode, use that to focus on practicing your characters, and then join tournaments to actually try to win. And you can VOD review that because now you're playing under pressure. It's a different situation. But when you're playing the game, it's not about whether you win or lose. It's about if you do better on your own. Like if you do better than you did last time, if you practice something and you pulled it off on the very next time. As it turns out, that's the secret to having a good time and enjoying, even losing, not just in fighting games, but in other games as well. You practice something in training mode, and then you're just trying to hit it in the game. In fact, you'll even throw games because you don't just go for a wake up super at the, you're specifically trying to practice a certain situation. So instead of doing the thing that will probably win, but maybe it's like a coin flip or risky gamble or uses resources that you're trying to practice a save. So you lose games because you're practicing this new thing, but because you're practicing this new thing, you get better at the new thing. And now you have more tools in the toolbox and you get better at the game. It's like, have you ever played with a friend in a game and they're clearly better than you, but all you want to do is like land the super move, and you fight, you play, you lose, you keep getting hit. Maybe you lose the round, but you hit the super move and you get that satisfaction from it. It's like that, but for every other aspect of the game as well. And honestly, it's just a more effective way to practice anyway, is to focus on one thing at a time, get better at that one thing, get comfortable with that one thing until you understand it, don't have to think about it so hard. Then you move on to the next thing. It doesn't matter if you lose. It doesn't matter. You can do it, and you don't have to do it in ranked mode if that matters, if those points matter to you. You can do it in normals, casuals, quick play, whatever. But that's the point. It's getting better. And there's a level of satisfaction that comes from that isn't just getting like a better stat piece of gear or leveling up your character. It's just something, it's a skill that you practiced that now you can do, and it's a level of satisfaction that you just don't get in other types of games. That's why I love fighting games so much, man. Also, just as a little like a side tangent about games that offer easier inputs, modern controls, if you will, I don't want to get too much into it. I think it's kind of silly to be upset about it. All it's doing is just making it easier for players that aren't used to fighting games to get past the point of just trying to do things mechanically and thinking about the game in other ways, right? Because fighting games aren't about trying to practice your spacing and then you get a hit and then trying to land your combo. That's all early. But once you've practiced and you get past that, fighting games are actually about reading and reacting to what your opponent's doing, trying to trick your opponent into getting hit by your move or outspacing them, or it's the more abstract things that become more important rather than the how to mechanically do a combo or whatever. Who cares how the buttons come out? You practice that. The easier controls just let you get that a little faster. That's it. Now I do understand it's a growth mindset type of thing, and that's maybe not everyone's bag, and I totally get that. But just know that it's not about whether you win or lose when you're playing the game. It's about getting better every time you play. If you don't really play that many fighting games and you want to get into it, my suggestion is to just pick one that you think looks cool and just play the game. So recently a buddy of mine and I, we played some Tekken 8. I think I got the video up on the channel. It's the first time we've ever played it, and we just played it. We didn't look up anything, we didn't or anything like that. We just got on, we played the game for like 4 or 5 hours and mashed, didn't know what we were doing. You know, we learned the game. We kind of learned, got like a feel for the game and just had fun. I think that's really important. You have fun first and you pick characters that you like, and then after you pick that character, you know, characters that you like, and you're having a good time or whatever, then you think, you know what, I want to see if I can do like the cool combo. I think at the very end of the stream we started to look at that, but I was like, nah, my brain's too fried, I can't do that right now. But you know, a couple of days later I went back to it and I was looking at the combo. I'm like, okay, this still feels really weird to me. I can't really pull this off yet, but you know, if I want to, I just gotta keep trying it. That's fine. And by the way, for a lot of fighting games, there are a lot of transferable skills. So if you spend a lot of time learning one fighting game, chances are you'll pick up the next one even faster, and the next one after that faster still. So don't worry about which game you choose, just play something that you think looks super cool. Anyway, I hope I've convinced you to at least, you know, have a little bit of fun and try out some fighting games. Regardless, I appreciate you listening.